Our next comedian is really handsome and drives a Jeep. I didn't write this. He does stand-up comedy around town, but more importantly, he's really handsome and drives a Jeep. Ladies and gentlemen, Sammy Arechar!
Hey everyone, how's it going? Cool, man. I like the Packers, so just remember that. Sammy Arechar is my name too. I dated a girl for about 3 months, and we broke up about a year ago. Like today marks our 1-year anniversary if we were still dating. And I broke up with her because like her name is the same name as my younger sibling, and it's like it was weird to me like having intimate moments with her because I know someone by blood with that same name, and it's just weird. So I broke up with her because of that. And like I said, it's been almost a year, but not a day goes by that I don't think of like Abraham. My ex-girlfriend's name is Abraham. Personally, I don't think anyone has to worry about zombies or would have ever had to worry about zombies if we just tied people's shoelaces together when we buried them. The other day I was reading the Bible, and there's a weird story in the Bible. There's like a sex story in the Bible, and it was weird. It's about this guy, and his name's like Moses, and he's trying to get to like the promised land with this like tall drink of water. There was a lot of slang in that, tall drink of water or whatever. And like she wouldn't do it because it was like her time of the month. But then like he was like, oh, I command you to look at my stones. And like I'm assuming he was talking about his junk or whatever. And then she was like, oh yeah. And then she let him like part the Red Sea or whatever. I was like, what the fuck is this? It's a weird sex story. I don't know. I have a friend, he keeps making fun of me. He's always like, haha, you got Virgin Mobile because like you're cheap and like you're a virgin. And it's really like annoying and childish, but he's black, so I give him shit because he has Sprint. My friends tell me I have a little girl's handwriting. They're like, you have a little girl's handwriting. And so I utilized it in my new hobby, that being I write suicide notes and I leave them in middle schools. The other day I was watching Diabetic Fear Factor, and there was this crazy challenge. This guy had to stand at the top of a really tall building, and he had to like eat 2 Butterfingers. I was like, whoa, dude, that's crazy. I accidentally walked into my dad taking a shower the other day, and that was kind of weird. It was weird because like all my clothes got wet, and like I bumped the soap out of his hand, and I had to step out of the bathtub. I was like, sorry, Dad. It's a true story. I dropped out of ITT Tech. I was only there for a semester, but everyone kept cyberbullying me, and I couldn't take it anymore, so I just left to drop out. I found these weird gloves in my brother's room. I was snooping around in my brother's room, these weird gloves, and they're weird because some of them were lubricated and some of them weren't lubricated. And like, I was like, well, first of all, these aren't gloves for like your hands, they're gloves for like your fingers. And like, you roll them down whatever length your fingers, whatever. So I did him a favor because I was like, I'm gonna be the nice brother. I took his gloves and I put them in the kitchen because I figured these are the kind of gloves you want to wear for if you don't want to get Dorito fingers when you're eating chips. So. Abraham? I don't know. I thought of a really good movie, like a really good movie idea, and that would be like if Jackie Chan and like Ice Cube were like friends, and their kids go to like this private like Catholic school, this private Catholic boarding school or whatever, and there's an evil principal. So they sneak into like the school dressed up as like women teachers, and they're gonna try to stop the evil principal. And I figured it'd be cool if the movie was called like Nunchucks or something. Nuns. I have a pet bird, and he's allergic to nickels. nickel. He's got a nickel allergy. And he seemed really under the weather, and I took him to the vet, and I was like, what's wrong, doc? And he was like, he's got a nickel allergy. And I was like, oh, and he's like, yeah, I have to prescribe him a Nicolas Cage. I was at a Puerto Rican bakery this morning, and I had breakfast. It was okay. I had coffee, and I had one of their specialty bread that they had. It was called Oye Papi seed bread, and it was okay. It was good. Okay, it wasn't that good. It's just like the bread was too like loud and like annoying and hard to understand. So I don't know. I'm probably not gonna go back there again, honestly. I think the one thing that fat people and people from the South have in common is that they both hate fruits. I like phone sex. Phone sex is cool because it's, you know, it's safe and sound. For lack of a better word, my Jeep has been acting pretty gay lately. You know, because like just yesterday I had to replace the radiator, and the brakes are squeaky, and it's just really loud, and it's just really obnoxious, and like the GPS that's built into the Jeep, it's like doesn't give me directions anymore. It just like gossips to me, and I'm like, I need to get somewhere, dude. It's just annoying. I got fired from my job at Hooters. I was a busboy at Hooters, and I don't understand why, because I was punctual and I was always like hard at work, and I was like, what gives? I started showering with my dirty dishes to save money, and also because like I was tired of buying a second bottle of conditioner for the for the kitchen. But then also I started lathering up my body wash with the dry block of ramen noodles, and then like afterwards rinsing it and eating it. So that's more money to be saved right there too. So. I wrote a poem. Do you guys like poems? Okay. All right. It's about strippers, and it goes like this. By the look of your rash, you're something I wouldn't treasure. One dad's trash is another dad's pleasure. That's it. Thanks, guys. Someone said chillaxing to me the other day, and for a second I forgot which words made chillaxing, but then like suddenly I remember it's chill and declaration of estimated taxing. Yep. I ran into my old friends the other day at the mall, and it was kind of weird because I haven't seen them in a while, and they were all hanging out without me. And they're like, come on, let's go hang out. You're not doing anything, are you? And I kind of felt obligated to hang out with them. And it was okay. Like, we played board games and stuff, but like the retirement home that they stayed in like just stunk. And bingo got boring after a while. Stunk. Yep. Didn't smell too good, man.
Kill the pig room.
Thanks. I want to talk about the 4th of July. Do you guys remember the 4th of July? Thanks. It was really annoying for me personally because on the news they were like, oh, there's certain parts of the city where we're not going to have any fireworks tonight because it's too dry. And it was annoying just because it's like an excuse that I hear from my girlfriend like all the time. True story, when I was younger, I was like 8 years old, I got shot in Mexico. And it's a crazy story. Like, I mean, it sounds like this, but it's just like, it's not that bad of a story. Like, I was with my mom, and I was 8, and my mom's parents live in Mexico, and we were like at this little like flea market. And at the end of the flea market, there was food, and I got really hungry, and there was tacos and like all kinds of Mexican food. And there was a hot dog stand, and I was like, cool, hot dogs. And I was little, I was like, cool, let's have a hot dog. And these kids, well, grown kids, like they had their hoodies up, and it was just like they looked really suspicious, and they kept looking at me, and it was really dark, and it was really dark out, and I was just like really nervous. And then like they looked like they were it looked like they were saying something and then looking at me, and I got really scared, and they got really close to me, and I was eating my hot dog. And then they walked by and I finished my hot dog, but the next morning I got real sick from that hot dog because it's a hot dog in Mexico. So I had to go to the doctor and I had to get a shot. And I was like, I hate shots, dude. That was a pretty good joke, huh? Oh, okay. Alright. This is my impression of a Muslim with a speech impediment. This is my last joke and then I'm done. Hi, I'll have a Dr. Pepper. I'm Sammy Arechar, guys. Thank you very much.